guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a health and fitness Q&A. I asked you guys on my Instagram to leave me questions regarding any health and fitness things you were curious about, and I'm here to answer them for you today. So let's get into the question. How often do you treat yourself in a week? So for me, it honestly depends, because some weeks I might not have anything going on where I will be like tempted by food and drinks and whatnot, and then some weeks there's tons of stuff going on. So it kind of just depends, but in my opinion, it honestly balances out whether I'm having 2 treat meals one week and none another week. It really just depends on what's going on. I'm never the type of person to really show up with a baggie of chicken and a Tupperware of sweet potatoes to a party or an event or a concert. I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna enjoy what's laid out for me and what everyone else is enjoying. Probably more so in moderation, but yeah, that's pretty much how I live my life. The best way to lose weight before actually toning the body. I honestly think cardio and strength training go hand in hand. I would definitely stick to lifting weights because it's going to rev your metabolism, keep burning calories long after you are done lifting weights. And I would suggest incorporating HIIT cardio into your workouts as well to really get that heart rate up. Now, what are your short-term fitness goals or goals for the next 3 to 5 years? My short-term fitness goals right now are to lean out. I'm just not as lean as I normally am. So yes, leaning out right now is one of my goals. And another one is to start embracing, enjoying cardio more. I've been working on it. As far as long-term fitness goals, I really want to do meetups. I want to be able to afford flying out and meeting you guys and going to expos. And another big goal of mine is to be sponsored by a company and to be an athlete for that company. So those are some big goals of mine. Another one is to be a fit mom. While that is a long ways away, I definitely want to incorporate being pregnant and being a mom and all of that into my fitness thing that I've got going on. Do you recommend cardio before or after weights? I think it's important to warm up if you're just doing like 5 to 10 minutes on the elliptical or on the treadmill or whatnot, and then stretching and then hitting the weights. As far as more intense cardio or like a long bout of cardio, I would do that after the weights, just because save your energy for the heavy lifts, save your energy for your reps, for your sets, all of that stuff, and then do the cardio afterwards. That is what I typically do. Do you do a lot of cardio? Right now, I am doing more cardio than usual, just so I'm learning to love it, building my endurance, and leaning out a little bit. But this is like my first week of actually really getting into cardio. We'll see how long that lasts. What is your favorite post-workout snack? This always changes. I feel like I see a lot of people who are always like, I love eating the same thing over and over again. I never get tired of it. That's not me. My taste buds are crazy, so they want to have this one night and this one night and this and this and this. Some of my post-workout favorite snacks, protein shake, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, square bar. What advice would you give for people who have trouble finding motivation? I am going to direct you to my motivation video, which I will put somewhere on the screen right now for you guys, and it gives you a couple tips on staying motivated. Advice for someone trying to gain weight and keep the weight on: lift heavy and eat a lot. Lucky you for having a fast metabolism. That is amazing. Embrace it, girl. And yeah, eat a lot and lift heavy. Maybe try to avoid cardio. I mean, do it a little bit, but not like crazy amounts. When you do treat meals, are you still staying inside your macros? When I have my treat meal once or twice a week or whenever it is, I do not count my macros. Building up to the treat meal, for the rest of the day, I'll stick to like lean protein, lower carbs, lower fats, so I can really just like go ham later. But I don't pay attention to the macros of the meal. I just enjoy myself and not concern myself with numbers. How to deal with emotional eating, any tips? Honestly, when it comes to emotional eating, you have to find other ways to comfort yourself and get through it. So for me, I like to write. I like to write in my journal or get busy with my YouTube channel, like whether it's editing or filming a video or anything to really distract myself. Food isn't really my number one go-to. It used to be, which is why I gained so much weight back like 6 years ago. I gained like 40 pounds from emotional eating and emotional drinking. So I found other ways to be productive. If I'm feeling stressed or sad or mad, I'll go to the gym, and that helps because it boosts my endorphins and I feel a lot better afterwards, and I also feel accomplished. How to curb control cravings, and do you know any recipes for healthy treats? Yeah, I have ebooks. Craving Comfort is one of my ebooks, and I like healthify every comfort food you could ever want in that ebook. So I will link that down below and you can check it out. As for curbing or controlling cravings, for me, since I live a if it fits your macros life, I'm able to fit in treats into my macros every day, so I don't really feel like I'm depriving myself or feel like I need to curb a craving. I can honestly just eat it and feel like okay. If you're having problems, I would suggest drinking a ton of water when you're getting your cravings, kind of get full off of that, or have a nice hot cup of tea. It has some flavor and it's slow to sip on, or have some fruit. Like yesterday, I wanted something kind of sweet, but I didn't have candy in the house, so I had watermelon. But if I did have candy in the house, I would find a way to fit it into my macros. What's your go-to healthy meal that tastes amazing as well? My go-to healthy meal would probably cauliflower pizza. The crust is made out of cauliflower and it's delicious and it's healthy, and you need to try it if you have not. When you were first starting on your health kick and really trying to get the weight off, did you still have that balance, or were you pretty strict until you got the weight off and then incorporated more balance? In the beginning, I was still pretty balanced because any small change that I made had great effects on my body, because at that time I was so unhealthy. I was eating so poorly, drinking so much, not exercising. So any tweak that I did honestly did my body wonders, and I shed weight really fast. Towards the end, it was getting a little bit more difficult, and I did have to, you know, cut out a little bit more of the food, cut out a little bit more of the girls' nights and cocktails. Do you recommend eating before taking a pre-workout? I would recommend eating a little something, some carbs before you take your pre-workout, because if you're not used to like a pre-workout or that amount of caffeine, then you could feel jittery. So I would have like a banana or some oatmeal before your pre-workout and before your actual workout. How did you find the energy / motivation to either get up early to work out before work? If I did not go to the gym before work, there was no way I was going afterwards, so that was motivation enough for me to go in the mornings. Also, it's about setting your internal alarm clock, going to bed earlier, waking up earlier, and making that a habit. That is so important, and I don't think people realize that it takes a while to build that habit and that they need to practice it. Do you have some tips to avoid plateauing? It is the worst time, I know that, because you feel like you're putting so much effort in and nothing's happening, no changes are happening, and that's because your body's probably become accustomed to the calories you're putting in your body, the macros you're putting in your body, and the workouts you're doing. If you're constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again, your body's gonna become accustomed to that. So I suggest switching up your workouts, making them more difficult, running faster, lifting heavier, doing more reps, doing more sets, whatever it is to challenge your body more than you have been doing. Do that and you will see changes. As far as food, that could play a factor too. Our metabolisms can grow accustomed to the amount of calories we are consuming and then just be like done. So sometimes we need to readjust, whether it's increased calories or decreased calories. It's all about adjusting and challenging yourself. Do you ever mix things up and try some group fitness classes, yoga or dance? How do you keep things interesting? I do like to mix things up every once in a while. I'll do Zumba, I'll go hiking, I'll go bowling. I mean, that's kind of a workout, right? Maybe. I also like to go rock climbing every now and again. I love lifting. I honestly love going to the gym, but on days when I'm not feeling it, which are pretty rare, I'll go and do something different. And that's gonna bring me to the end of this fitness Q&A. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I love doing these. I love hanging out with y'all. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It would mean so much to me, and seeing the subscriber count just like makes me smile because that many people want to chill with me. Like, yes. I'll see you guys next time.